February the 28th, evergreens. Some evergreens and conifers are already starting to produce their discreet flowers. Male yew trees are among the most noticeable, producing their small yellow flowers with enough pollen falling sometimes to colour the ground beneath the tree on still days. Parks and cemeteries often have a wide variety of conifers, particularly funereal-looking cypresses, with their columnar shape and various different coloured foliages. These trees do not have buds. Instead of forming next year's shoot in the summer and protecting it through the winter inside a bud, they just pause where they are and then continue to grow again in the following spring. Lawson cypress, Chemaecyparis lawsoniana, in its many different forms, is particularly abundant in the London area. It can often be recognized by its flopped over leading shoot and the white lines on the undersurface of its leaves. It has over 200 cultivars, varying from blue to green, yellow and gold. There are even 50 different dwarf versions. Some of these trees now have attractive red tips on the ends of their flattened branches. These are the male flowers. Leyland cypresses are also ubiquitous on account of them being used as quick-growing evergreen hedges, which Londoners plant to ensure they cannot see their neighbours. They are quicker growing than most Londoners realise, being capable of growing over a metre a year and continuing to over 30 metres in height in some cases. Even a cutting can reach 9 metres in 10 years. The weeping Kashmir cypress, Cypresses kashmiriana at Kew, is arguably the most beautiful of all of the cypresses. Other conifers worth seeking out at Kew this month are Pinus patula and Pinus strobus for their leaves, Cryptomeria japonica yoshin for its weeping habit, and the Japanese plum pine, Cephalotaxis harringtoma fastigiata. Japanese umbrella pine, Sciadopitis reticulata, and Pinus engelmani for their general beauty. Colours. The landscape in February has the least colour of any month. By the end of the month, with sap rising, bud swelling, this starts to change. The predominant colours of wildflowers are white and yellow. Colour is supposed to be inversely proportional to scent, white flowers tending to have the strongest scents, and deeply coloured plants such as chrysanthemums the least. Certainly this works for February, where few plants have deep colours and many have strong scents. Yellows particularly abound. Primroses, coltsfoot, dandelion, daffodils, and the sulphur-coloured catkins of hazel are all examples. If the first butterfly of the year is a brimstone, this completes the various shades of yellow. In gardens, this colour rule is more difficult to apply with aliens and cultivars of every hue, for example, crocuses, pansies, and anemones. Among trees, the early prunus species start things off with white to pale carmine flowers. This is followed by more and more pink cherries. More recently, acid yellow mimosa trees, Acacia dealbata, are surviving our mild winters better and growing taller and may even flower by the end of the month. Bramble and privet leaves are now at their most purple, and magnolias at the end of the month provide a whole range of different purples. One of the most surprising colours is the tiny deep crimson-coloured female flowers of hazelbushes. These, along with snowdrops, have also been called the fair maids of February. The courting colours of birds are generally much brighter, and there is much more iridescent now in their plumage. Many birds have an extra sheen to their feathers in February. Even crows have their raven sheen. Greenfinches are greener, long-tailed tits pinker, and the sharp colours of the jay are more defined. Bullfinches have a rosier tint, and even the blue-grey of herons can look almost lavender in the sunlight. The most common duck in London, the mallard, has a good range of colours, as it can be seen anywhere. The males are now resplendent in their breeding colours. Their heads are now an iridescent bottle green set off with a white neck ring and an acid yellow bill. They have chestnut breasts, grey backs and white tails with some tail feathers, which are deeply backed as well as sharply curled. Beneath all this show, there's a pair of carrot-coloured legs.